film screening at the festival. That's a huge number, believe me. Coming from a country like India, which is still socially not accepting LGBTQ community members yet, but the 30 Indian, and out of which I think 5 feature-length films. That's a huge thing. The festival hand out cash prizes of 2.25 lakhs, and the jury members are here. We're going to hear from them later. The opening film is a Malayalam film, Antaram, starring Nega S, a real-life transgender actress from Chennai. Nega, along with Abhijit, the director of the film, will be present at the screening. The closing film is an autobiographical satire, American film Potato Dreams of America by Wes Hurley. A special presentation of the feature film by Ashok Arnab, as well as a Sanskrit language. The first time we're going to be having a Sanskrit language Indian film called Paru Bhushanani, Child Ornaments, directed by Chinmay Sudhir Shinde. Both the directors, along with the crew, the films in Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Kannada, Kashmiri, Marathi, Malayalam, and Tamil, apart from Urdu, Hindi, and also Sanskrit. So we are representing a pan-Indian language across all the spectrum. Also, the Kashish 2022 will present several panel discussions, rainbow aging about elder sexual harassment at workplace, and filmmakers interface, a conversation with some of the young filmmakers whose films are being screened at the festival. Kashish will present an interactive session at Swika, the Rainbow Parents, support group of parents of LGBTQ at Kashish Mumbai, Film Festival 2022, June 1st to 5th. And I'm going to reveal the trailer of the festival for the first time here. So the festival offers a glimpse of some of the films out of the 184. We can't put all of them in the trailer, but you just see some glimpses of the films which are playing.
Aruna Raji Patil is critically acclaimed award-winning filmmaker who passed out of the Film Institute of India with a gold medal in 1969 and was the first trained girl technician to join the industry. Some of her features are Shak, Gehrai, Sitam, Rihai, Bhairavi, Kehdona, and To. Apart from teaching, she has been a part of decision-making bodies in many film schools. She has served on many juries. Well, who doesn't know Miss Divya Dutta? She is an actor, author, and now a poet too. This talented actor won a national award for a Best Female in 2018. She has acted in more than 100 feature films in Hindi and Punjabi language. Her memoir, Me and Ma, published in 2017, November 2021, titled The Stars in My Sky. Ms. Dutta recently had The actress has an interesting lineup of feature films, web shows, and short films, including films like Tahira Kashyap's Sharma Ji Ki Beti and Faraz and Arif Ansari's Sheer Korma. A big round of applause, ma'am. I would like to call upon Faraz Arif Ansari on the stage. Thank you. He is an international award-winning filmmaker. Faraz identifies as queer, non-binary, and Muslim, and writer with Mr. Amol Gupte. Faraz was the associate director and executive producer on Fox Stars Stanley Kadamba. They also worked as an associate director and casting director on Karan Johar's Gilpi. Faraz has directed and choreographed more than 300 musicals for schools and international colleges around India and USA. Their short film, Sisak, has won 60 international awards at most of the prestigious film festivals across the world. Faraz is one of the 3 directors on the non-fiction series for Netflix titled The Big Day. Their new film, Sheer Korma, starring Shabana Azmi, Divya Dutta, and Swara Bhaskar. May I now request Ms. Aruna Raji Patil, who is also an advisory board member, to speak a few words.
Really, the time we were waiting for the pandemic to get over and Kashish to come back again in a physical space. And I'm really glad to be here today, all the work you've been doing. It is a very, very important movement, it's like being inclusive. Otherwise, as human beings, what are we about if we cannot be with each other, whichever way we are, and move forward? And I think cinema plays a very important part, because whatever kind of film you look at, films are about people and life. And even if you're making cartoons, the cartoon characters have human characteristics. If you make a film about aliens, they also have human characteristics. You have space, like machinery, program and computers, they also have human characteristics. So it's all about being human in the end. And I think cinema goes a long way in connecting people and bringing people together. And I think really I acknowledge Shida and your team, all of you, the bunch of you really, for having stood solidly and brought this forward to this, it's like every time I'm here, it's such a joy for me. And and the kind of, it's very, very important while we're here. And each one taking this out, sharing, because cinema is also about sharing your personal, your stories, your feelings, your emotions. And cinema connects, cinema resonates with people when you really have a good film. So it's very, very important. And I'm glad, in fact, Kashish is doing a lot more work than even taught it in schools, in laws, or kind of thing. But Kashish is an easier way of getting to people's hearts. And that's why I want to acknowledge Kashish, and that's why I'm so happy to be part of this. Really, thank you so much. And if each one of us goes out and really spreads the message of, embracing everyone, being inclusive, making a space for every type of person, I think it would be a world, that we'd all imagine how it might be. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you, Shida, for having me here. It feels really lovely to be a part of Kashish, bringing my film here and being a part of this amazing film. As Anuradji just rightly said, it's so amazing to have so many wonderful films which are all having that one common purpose of wanting everyone to be inclusive, bringing on this one common ground, which is Kashish. And what an amazing initiative you're taking. And it's so lovely to be here in physical form, just be here, meet everyone. रूबरू जो बात करते हैं, रूबरू जो आप मैसेज देते हैं, फिल्म देखेंगे सबके साथ, उसका जादू अलग होता है. And I think वो जो दिनों तक पहुँचेगा, जो the cinematic medium is the most magical of them all, and it reaches your hearts. I have traveled with Sheer Korma with Faraz, and I have seen during the pandemic. हम लोग US गए थे and the film was nominated there. To see the audience react the way they did, to come out, express themselves and say this is my reality and thank you for acknowledging it, give me goosebumps. So I genuinely thank them to be the director that brought Sheer Korma to me, to Shavana ji and to Swara. I genuinely felt very special to be a part of it. And I just want to say this needs to just go on, this initiative needs to go on until we really normalize it and say, ये अब एक हमारा हिस्सा है. So I would just want to say one little thing, जज्बा दिल गर मैं चाहूँ, हर चीज़ मुकाबिल आ जाए, मंजिल के लिए दो गाम चलो और सामने मंजिल आ जाए.
Thank you, Ms. Divya Dutta, for those beautiful words, and I'm sure by your performance, you're going to make a mark on all of us. I now request Faraz Ansari to speak a few words.
Giving us this opportunity to present my film. I remember being a part of the audience at Kashish. Shida has really seen me grow up from being one of the members in the audience to actually, having my film as a centerpiece. It is truly a privilege. I think to be able to make cinema in the times that we live in, to tell stories that truly make a difference, not just at the box office, but in lives of people. We bring in transformation. That truly is what cinema means to me, and I'm so grateful to have a festival like Kashish that acknowledges, honors, and celebrates that by bringing all of us together. Sheer Korma really is my love letter to hate. there is so much of hate around us, there is so much of injustice around us, there is so much of polarization going on. I just feel that we need to remind each other of the value that love has and how love can really transform all of us. So She is that humble effort towards that. And very grateful that on this journey I've had Shabana, Azmi, Divya, Swara, all of them with me. I think चार चांद लग गए फिल्म में, तीन वैसे, चार fourth is me. But no, actually, very grateful to see how lives have been transformed. The film has been winning so many awards, but I keep saying this to my entire team that the biggest award that the film wins is when people reach out to us. Just last week I had this letter from American Pakistani bisexual woman in her 40s who happened to see Sheer Korma. She came out to her mother who lives in Pakistan, and then her mom and I FaceTimed, and it was an out of body experience because all three of us on FaceTime were just crying, no words were exchanged. That is the power that cinema has. So a festival like the Kashish, all of us, all the films playing here, it will really remind everyone that truly cinema can transform lives, and we're here for it and we must celebrate it. So thank you Sridhar, thank you Divya, and thank you so much for paving the way for generations of filmmakers to come.
Thank you, Faraj, for the beautiful words. Make a lot of difference. We will now have a few questions from the press, and here you go. Any questions?
Countries sending in their films. I just wanted to know, is there some country which is for the first time sending in a film which you've not had before? Any kind of debut from any country?
I think we're going to be having a film from Namibia for the first time. And of course we still have films from Lebanon and Iran and countries which still, where LGBTQ community is still facing challenges. But like I think, and we have some beautiful feature films from Georgia, which is again a country which has still not been able to accept the LGBT community wholeheartedly. We have film from I think Kazakhstan, one film. So these are the films, but I can send you a list later for sure.
Yeah. Thanks.
Any more questions? None at all? Lucky us. Oh, we have one more. Okay.
This is a question, but I live in the United States, and I'm writing something now about a bunch of festivals. Not really a lot, there's only 3 that I'm writing about. But it's very interesting to see the flow between the festivals. And some films go to other festivals, some don't go. It's very interesting, and I'll be able to see some films that way 2 or 3 times. It's really nice. I'm very happy to be here.
Sitting here, that when you come to Liberty, it's magic. I just want to say it's so extraordinary, the celebration, the spirit, and it's like the triangle parade. You just get all your friends and just be there and get all the people that you can put a message out to. It's really magic.
Okay, to that I need to add per se. So the opening night is going to be hosted by Renil Abraham and Paras Tomar, 2 queer people. For the first time, we're going to have 2 out queer people hosting the opening ceremony, and we're going to be having Sandeep Soparkar and his partner performing a dance performance, and we're going to have the queer comic stand-up comedian Naveen Dorana performing, and we're going to have Color Positive, a group of vibrant LGBTQ community people performing dance at a ramp walk on the opening night. And of course, we're going to have Faraz and Divya Dutta and Swara Bhaskar going to be there, along with some of the other actors from other films per se. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. A round of applause to them. Any more questions?
So Guri will be speaking next. They will be coming on stage right now.
So thank you so much, Faraz, Divya.
Very honestly, मैं बहुत privileged background से आता हूँ. तो for me, being a jury on this film festival is more like an education into how we are growing as human beings and how while we are growing, how inwards we need to look and how we need to be, how we all need to be kind of, acknowledging our fellow members. So, I mean, honestly, while I was watching the films, I was actually stunned that, I mean, I come from Gujarat, and I was seeing so many wonderful work actually coming from short films and short film from Gujarat, and that really opened my eyes, and yeah, I mean, also the kind of intersectional elements that the films were using was again because I come from mainstream. To me, making a film only was a big struggle. So for me to see this kind of films being made just gives me so much more encouragement also to kind of open my eyes about the world and see these characters and kind of have so much more empathy that tomorrow hopefully I will kind of have my worldview expanded and include these characters in our filmmaking also, which we like to say is, so to say, mainstream. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, that way I should really thank the festival. Thank you, Sridhar, for having us and to see all these films. And yeah, I mean, we are also very excited to for the audience to see these films which have won, because they have something really interesting that we saw, and at the same time we all felt unanimously actually when we finished the screenings and when we saw the marks. It was like, yeah, there is nothing to be discussed because those films really touched all three of us. So yeah, I'm very glad, and thank you so much for having me on this jury.
So, I think like you guys have said so much of it already, right? So, for me personally, it was real. When I was a teenager, trying to deal with my own sexuality, and I come from a pretty liberal, progressive family, so I never had the fear that I'd be thrown out of my family or anything like that. But I sit here today and look at these films and say, oh my God, I cannot believe that we have a public festival of so many films from across the world, where we are celebrating ourselves as a community, but we are also putting.
सर हाँ था
मैम यहाँ देखो वेट
Thank you so much. That was quite a paparazzi moment for me too, and I would like to thank each and every one of you all who have been part, who could not make it, it's their choice, but whoever is present over here, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having all of you all. Right from our photographers, videographer, all those people who helped, thank you so much.
ले मैं विजुअल मार रहा हूँ ले हाँ वही बैठ
बाहर सेटअप कर रहे हैं बाहर सेटअप कर रहे हैं इंटरेक्शन के लिए कुछ सेट अरे अभी कुछ
दिव्या जी,
थैंक यू
कशिश फिल्म फेस्टिवल की शुरुआत हुई हो चुकी, तो आप बताइए कि जब आप इस कशिश फिल्म फेस्टिवल का पार्ट होती है तो कितना ब्लेस्ड मोमेंट होता है आपके लिए। ढेर सारी फिल्में दिखाई जाती है एंड डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में इसकी बातें होती हैं, तो आप बताइए कि कैसा होता है एसोसिएशन।
वेल, कशिश एक बहुत खूबसूरत इनिशिएटिव है। बहुत सारी कंट्रीज से अलग अलग तरह की फ़िल्में आती हैं और एक चीज़ को सेलिब्रेट करती हैं कि हर एक को, जैसे कहा गया फ्लाइट टू फ्रीडम, हर एक को फ्रीडम मिले अपनी चॉइस करने का और वो बनने का जो वो बनना चाहते हैं और जो रहना चाहते हैं। सो मुझे शीर कोरमा करने का मौका मिला और इस फिल्म ने इतना ढेर सारा प्यार बटोरा है पूरे दुनिया में, और कितने सारे अवार्ड्स, कितने सारा प्यार और कितने लोग सामने आए हैं कि थैंक यू फॉर मेकिंग दिस फिल्म, मुझे लगता है वो सबसे बड़ा अवार्ड होता है. सो दैट इज़ द बिगेस्ट थिंग वी कुड गेट. एंड कशिश को मैं बहुत बहुत श्रीधर को सबको कंग्रेचुलेट करना चाहूँगी. फिज़िकली ये पहली बार इतने साल 2-3 साल 2-3 ईयर्स 2 इयर्स के बाद हम लोग सब इकट्ठा हो रहे हैं यहाँ पर, और हमारी फिल्म उसका एक अहम हिस्सा है. तो वो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि सब मिलकर देखेंगे, और जो ऑडियंस का जो रिस्पांस है, पहली बार शीर कोरमा इस तरह से दिखाई जाएगी. तो और भी बाकी फिल्में देखना चाहूँगी जो बहुत सारे कितने देशों से आई हैं. लेकिन इस बात की बड़ी खुशी है कि एक ही छत के नीचे बैठकर सब ऑडियंस शीर कोरमा देखेगी, और जो रिस्पांस होगा उसके लिए हम जेन्युइनली बहुत बहुत एक्साइटेड हैं.
किस तरह की फिल्म शीर कोरमा की मैं बात करूँ, किस तरह की फिल्मों का स्क्रिप्ट का कितना बेसब्री से इंतजार होता है? दिव्या जी आती है तो पकड़ लेती हैं, तो क्या कुछ होता है दिव्या जी?
ऐसे आप किसी चीज़ का इंतज़ार नहीं करते हैं. जो चीज़ एकदम से आपके पास आती है और आपके मन को छू जाती है वो सही होती है. और मेरे ख्याल से टचवुड आज तक मैंने जो रोल्स चूज़ किए हैं या जो भी किया है वो मेरे लिए शायद सही रहा. और मैं बहुत आई एम वेरी वेरी ऑनर्ड एंड थैंकफुल टू फराज फॉर गिविंग मी सायरा. और मतलब इतना खूबसूरत रोल, इतना मुश्किल रोल, इतना इस फिल्म को करते करते मैंने बहुत कुछ समझा. और शायद मेरी ही तरह बहुत सारी ऑडियंस होगी जो फिल्म देखेगी और कहेगी ये इतनी सी बात हमें समझ में नहीं आती. सो शायद सबसे सरल मीडियम ही विजुअल है, और शीर कोरमा के ज़रिए मुझे लगता है बहुत सारे लोग इकट्ठा होंगे.
धाकड़ आपकी फिल्म रिलीज हो चुकी है
जी.
उस दिन हमने साथ में फिल्म देखी, आपकी एक्टिंग की काफ़ी तारीफ हो रही है.
जी.
सभी ने बहुत ही खूबसूरत एक्टिंग की, चाहे मार्जिन रामपाल की बात करें, कल्पना है. कैसे देखती हैं आप ओवरऑल इस फिल्म को धाकड़?
वेल, जैसे मैंने आपको कहा कि जब भी मैं कोई रोल लेती हूँ मन से करती हूँ, और रोहिणी मेरे मन के हमेशा ख़ास रहेगा, धाकड़ मेरे मन के हमेशा ख़ास रहेगी. और इतना सारा प्यार मुझे रोहिणी के लिए मिल रहा है, उसके लिए मैं बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ. रियली.
नेक्स्ट क्या धमाका करने वाली हैं दिव्या जी?
अभी तो फ़िलहाल कशिश में हम शीर कोरमा देखेंगे. उसके बाद ताहिरा कश्यप की फ़िल्म आएगी शर्मा जी की बेटी. फिर एक और फिल्म आएगी टी सीरीज़ की नज़रअंदाज. फिर अनुभव सिन्हा की एक फ़िल्म आएगी, दिवाकर बैनर्जी की एक फ़िल्म आएगी. एक शो आएगा अमेज़ॉन का. बहुत
पूरा 2 साल आपका शेड्यूल पूरा बिजी जाने वाला है.
तो तैयार हैं सब.
और इसको कुछ कहेंगे आप, जिस तरह से लोग आपकी एक्टिंग को तारीफ करते हैं?
मैं सिर्फ ये कह सकती हूँ कि नमन करती हूँ सबको. इतना सारा प्यार, एक के बाद एक. अब ये मेरी शायद तीसरी फिल्म होगी जो ऑडियंस देखेगी. माँ आई पहले, पंजाबी फिल्म जो बिल्कुल मुख्तलिफ रोल था. फिर धाकड़ आई जो बिल्कुल नेगेटिव रोल था, और अब शीर कोरमा आ रही है जो बिल्कुल अलग तरह का रोल है. अच्छा लगता है अपने आप को शीशे में देखकर कहना कि इस बार दिव्या अलग लगी, और आप उसे एक्सेप्ट करते हैं और इतना प्यार देते हैं, उसके लिए शुक्रिया. थैंक यू. थैंक्स.